Okay, we should be live. I am a bit late, I know. I'm sorry, but we are live. It is time for the DbD Haunted by Daylight dev reaction developer broadcast. Basically, going to be talking about the Halloween update. I'm a little bit late. I meant to be up earlier because I had to go grab my rent money and get that squared away. But we're here. Let's jump in.
Dead by Daylight's official live stream. This time it is for Haunted by Daylight, our Halloween event, which comes every year. And we are so excited to have you with us. If you're here on Twitch or YouTube or watching on Scott Junn's stream, hello there too as well. We have a good show for you today.
Oh,
and now
Scott.
I'd hand it off to the always rizzed up dork.
Yeah, thank you for calling me rizzed out or something.
In chat.
Yeah, in chat. So if
Nice.
you know Dead by Daylight, you know that this is our time of year. Halloween might be
I got my
happening on
coffee, don't
October
worry.
31st, but for us, it's a whole season. And for me, it has now been a whole year since my first appearance on the Dead by Daylight live streams. So I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for all of your support and your kind words, and I look forward to more streams with you. But back to today's stream, because we've got a ton of amazing content.
Yeah.
We've got releases to talk about, and we're also kicking the month off with Halloween and with our Halloween live stream. So let's go ahead and talk about everything October and beyond.
Yep. So today we are going to be covering all sorts of things. Coming to Dead by Daylight, there's our new tome. There's our community contest winners will be revealed. There'll be cool collections, cool merch. The list goes on and on. So
New merch.
let's jump into the run of show and get started.
Yeah. So kicking off today's show, we've got the event this stream is named after, the Haunted by Daylight.
I'm so glad they're
This is
bringing
our
this back.
third year doing the Haunted by Daylight event, and today we've got Senior Product Manager Justin
I'm so glad
Banks
they're bringing back the
joining us on couch to talk about
Void.
The new gameplay.
The
Yes,
Void
I
is
said
so
new
much fun.
Gameplay, and what fans can expect from
And
their
2v8's
latest trip
coming
to the
back.
Void realm.
We saw that there's
After
gonna be
that,
some
we'll check in
new
with our always impressive
new
design
killers being
cosplay
added.
contest and reveal the winning entries voted on for the
Hello,
first time
Twitch ads. Yeah, whatever.
After that, we've got Brandon sitting down with Dork to reveal the upcoming Tome 21 named Dork.
Yeah,
This latest tome features
Coffee's on your desk, baby.
We got the whole team on the show today. Kirby on deck. Next to talk.
I'm
to us
very glad they're
some
bringing back the
highlights of
Void
all the upcoming
entities. That's gonna be
Halloween
very
content.
exciting.
And then to wrap things up, we'll be checking in with Justin Brown on the return of 2v8 to Dead by Daylight. Thanks to you all and your great feedback on our first 2v8 iteration. We've made
I'm
some
surprised they're
changes,
bringing
and
back
we'll be
2v8, so
talking to you
it
about
feels
the
like it's a lot
evolution of
quicker
2v8
than what it
going
actually
forward.
is.
And finally, as always, we'll close it out with our live Q&A segment. Talk about all of your Dead by Daylight.
Ma'am, it is 11 o'clock.
In the chat and look for some insight from us and the team.
Yeah. So before we dive into everything,
Yeah,
let's
welcome to
talk
the club.
on the very awesome and very fun DbD board game.
Gary
So the board game's been
Haynes,
out for
wait.
a while. We showed it on the show a long time ago. I don't know, it was a year ago now.
Yeah.
People have been really loving it. It's super cool. And
Board game
we want you to know
updates.
We've added 4 expansions since the game came out. So why don't you talk to us about them?
Surely. So first up, we've got the Unbroken expansion that adds 5 new killers and survivors, including the Oni, the Deathslinger, Yui, Felix, and more. There's also the Gatekeeper expansion that adds another 5 new killers and survivors, including the Huntress, the Legion, Kate, and David. These
Wait.
two expansions are perfect for players who own the base game.
Okay, I was gonna say,
Then we
wait a
also have
minute.
The deluxe upgrade kit for a now a more immersive experience. This comes with miniature hooks that can actually suspend your little survivor menu.
Okay, so this is all,
Miniature
basically, this is
gems
all the
and pegs
stuff
that will
if
track your
you,
progress, premium blood point tokens, and a new board featuring the Crotus Pen Asylum.
okay,
and
this is for people who
Dormant
don't
Map.
have
Lastly,
the
for our players that have
deluxe, the collector's edition. This is what I
Malicious
need.
expansion is just for you. It comes with 4 new survivors.
Yeah, the
Jonah,
malicious
Hattie,
expansion.
Kayla, and
Gotcha.
Vittorio, 3 new killers, the Dredge, the Artist, and the Knight, and 2 new realms, and it's available now.
Damn.
Cool.
Such a great list of characters for the game. So, Unbroken, Gatekeeper, and the upgrade kit are expected to be released in early 2025, but you can pre-order them right now if you follow this.
But it's
QR
cool
code,
that they're doing
or you
all
can buy
the
base game
updates, or like expansions for the people who
expansion to
don't
start your journey
have
through the fog.
the collector's
If you
edition.
follow the QR
Now they
code,
can get
follow
all
links
the
in the chat,
remaining
they're all in the same place.
like minis and stuff
Okay,
as
so
well
this
with
wouldn't
it.
be a Dead by
That's
Daylight
cool.
stream without Twitch drops. Twitch drops again are back. We've got some cool new drops for this show, and they're running from now, October 1st through October 15th.
Cool.
Make sure if you have not by now, if you've been living under a
It feels
rock,
like the Twitch
the link
drops
in the
like
video
length is
description
is shorter.
with the drops. Let's have a look at what we got today. Not at all Halloween related, but hey, we're just rolling with it. You know, you could watch the movie Halloween on your personal computer, maybe.
I do like
We've
that
got some
charm.
great Twitch drops.
Actually,
We've got the
I
personal
really like the
computer
old
charm for
Macintosh
1
charm.
hour.
Very
We've got
cute.
the Trapper's Mask badge for watching 3 total hours, and that swirly pattern banner for 6 total hours.
Damn, I can't wait to get all of this today
So,
or
the business is out
tomorrow.
of the way. I think we can dive into the show. So let's go to you and Justin Banks to learn about the Haunted by Daylight event.
All right, event time. Cool. Event gameplay and rewards. Ooh, we're getting cosmetics, hopefully. Special themed cosmetics. I should probably be on the split screen for this, quite honestly. That'd probably be the better idea. But I hope everyone's having a good morning so far. Shipping away at their coffee. Or tea. Or water. Or orange juice. I don't know what the fuck you drink. Drink whatever you want. If you want some alcohol, sure, go for it.
All right, and welcome to our first segment of today's Haunted by Daylight live stream. Because what better way to kick off the Haunted by Daylight live stream than to be joined by the amazing Justin Banks, our senior product manager, to talk all about it. So welcome back to the couch.
It's great to be back and for the spookiest season of them all.
Yes, for the spookiest time of the year. It's almost Halloween, and players know what that means in Dead by Daylight. It means that Haunted by Daylight is just around the corner. And this year, the event starts October 17th. So what can you tell us, Justin, about what players can expect this time around?
So for any players who've played Haunted by Daylight last year, they'll remember that we introduced the concept of the Void.
Yeah.
Outside the trials, and it was a huge focus of the event. So as a refresher of what the Void Realm is, it's essentially the entity's dumpster. Once he's had his fill from a trial participant and drained them completely, he throws away the husks. Their former selves just dumped there. It's a really fun, creepy concept that the team had a really great time creating, and last year gave us the chance to let players find...
Uh-oh. I'm not caught up on the VOD. Shit. I hope I don't have to watch this on YouTube. I might have to watch this on YouTube to kind of catch up.
Their former selves just dumped there. It's a really fun, creepy concept that the team had a really great time creating, and last year gave us the chance to let players finally interact with it, to finally engage with it. But this year's version is going to really expand on the idea of the Void Realm inside the trials, make it more interesting, more engaging, and be more fun overall, because we're a game, that's what we're about. So we added lots of really cool elements that we know our players are going to enjoy. They'll want to pay a visit there at least once every match, but I think they'll be running through it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Especially because we're making the Void Realm such a more central part of the
I really liked how
play-by-play
they
of
made the
every event.
Void
So,
such
can
a
you tell us more about how
dynamic
the portals
feature
will
in
work?
the games.
So
Being able to
last
jump
year,
in and out
also, I guess more
of
a
the
refresher,
portals and everything.
Portals were able to be created by players using Void energy.
Yep.
So the portals would spawn on the map, and after a while they would close. So you would use a portal, go inside the Void Realm, after a while, boot it out. But that's really where we want all the cool stuff to happen. We want you to spend more time in the Void Realm. So for this year, there'll be one portal open from the start of a match, and it will stay open. Then over the course of the match, players can use the Void energy they've collected to spawn more portals, up to a total of 4. So that will let players enter, exit, pop up in all sorts of different locations, and really ramp up the possibilities over the course of the match.
I gotta say, I really did
Interesting.
like that the Void Realm was kind of this, please leave my party by 9 p.m. But now that it's gonna be easier to get in and get out of the Void Realm,
So now there's one that's always
I'm
open, and
thinking
then
about what can players
players
expect to see in
can
the gameplay changes
add
from that.
more up to
So I
5
don't wanna say we didn't do a
portals.
lot this year because there's a lot of changes.
Okay.
So The biggest request and the biggest upgrade we've had from last year is that killer powers now work in the void. So with the void becoming an even more central point and a huge focus of our event this year, it was essential
That's a new weapon.
that we work on this and make sure that
That's,
killer players can use
that's
their
the Knight's
powers,
Halloween
use
weapon.
the
There it
killers
is.
that they want, how they
I
want
don't know how I
to,
feel
as
about that, to be
few
honest.
restrictions as possible. There's also some other really cool additions for killers, such as being able to now tell on your HUD when a survivor has entered the void realm.
Oh.
So you get to know, do you want to keep on hunting them around the map, or go in and see what you find? Survivors in there aren't going to have it easy either, because when killers are in the void, there's no terror radius.
That's right. Okay, so they're still
So they
keeping
can pop up
that.
anywhere.
I don't know how I
While
feel
there are no
about
gens in the
killer
void,
power
there are
in the
hooks,
void,
just like
though.
last year. So killers can hook survivors in there, which will teleport them to a hook back outside the void.
Okay, they're
on
keeping
the
that.
actual map.
Good.
So
I
we're
like
not
that.
leaving survivors helpless here, by the way. We are actually adding in things like pallets, lockers, and chests to the void realm. So with killer powers,
Why?
survivors get some tools to keep chases and hiding interesting.
I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be really fun. And I mean, like you mentioned before, the
I don't know
goal
how I
is to
feel
make
about
it so
that, to be
there's much more
honest.
to do in the void realm. And
Because
I
now
think
the
that's what
void
we
is
see
just a
here.
map
So what can
extension.
you tell us about the brand new void items coming this year?
The map
So
is
that
now just a.
brings up good
The
point.
void is
One
now
thing
just a
is,
map
well,
extension.
but
It's not
strange,
just
why do I want to be there?
a separate,
The
like,
big new
pocket
attraction
area.
is what we're calling the void well, where players will be
I don't know how I
spending
feel
all the
about that.
delicious void energy they've collected to create new items or abilities. So for survivors, their new item we're calling a void crystal. For this, when
It's a
survivor
flashlight.
throws it on the ground, it just goes poof.
Oh.
And then a giant cloud of void-colored smoke will appear to help
It's
you
a smoke
disappear.
bomb. That's
Inside
funny.
that cloud, scratch marks will no longer generate, and characters will be obscured. So it's a perfect tool to help you lose the killer during a chase.
Okay.
That's awesome. I'm already looking forward to dropping the void crystal and plot twisting on the ground. But I can't wait to see what the killer's ability is.
So for the killer, when at the void well, the killer can actually craft a projectile ability called a captured haunt, letting loose the power of those who've been cast away into the void. Now this is a much more
Is that what we
powerful
see in
and
the art?
impactful version of what haunts were last year, and brings them way closer to being something our survivors should truly be afraid of. So when the killer activates their haunt, it will fly directly ahead of them, all ghosty-like, injuring survivors, and then when it disappears, cause any survivors nearby to scream and reveal their location. Both of these should give some players some really fun tools to play with for the entire event, and we're looking to see just how creative everyone can get. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and a video probably more, so let's see these in action.
All right.
Okay. Do Trickster skin? Do Yui skin? God, that's so good. Frankenstein Trickster is a fantastic look.
All right. I absolutely love the Franken pop star look we've got for the trickster.
I agree.
Amazing. Oh, wow. That was great. But now let's talk about the event tome, as it wouldn't be an event without
Yes.
an event tome. And there's
Cosmetics.
a bunch of rewards that you have to tell us about today. So what can players earn?
I guess if I have to. So the art team has really knocked it out of the park with all of these, I have to say. Those outfits
We've
look
seen some cool
absolutely
weapons. We've
fantastic.
seen
So
some
from what
cool
players have seen
cosmetics.
through the event tome and the rest
I
of the event,
definitely like
you'll be able to
these
earn
ones.
outfits for Yunjin and the
It is
Trickster.
Yunjin. Okay.
We wanted both of them to look like they came straight from a Halloween concert.
God,
was
that
just
tricker,
to die for.
that
And
Trickster
I
skin
think
looks
given where they
great.
are, they've probably,
Probably did.
I think they did it. So in addition to those, we've also got some really cool 6 new skeleton shirts. for
Hey,
survivors.
skeleton shirts are back.
These, as usual, look fantastic.
Meg,
We've
Jonah,
also got 6
Gabriel,
new candy weapons for killers.
Talita.
These have all become real staples for us whenever we do our Halloween event, and are a really fun way for the team to show off the character personalities.
So the night one, the artist
As
one
for
looks really
Hunt by
fun.
Daylight, we also have some great badges and banners for players to earn,
Ooh,
which is always a great way to show off just how much time you spent
nice.
in the void, hopefully without becoming a haunt yourself.
I hope
Those
that's
are
a
some
charm.
Really awesome
I hope
badges
that
and banners.
black
They
cat
look
is a charm.
amazing. And of course, Haunted by Daylight is back with, again, some daily login rewards for this year's event. So log in every day for a gift of either blood points, iridescent shards, or rift fragments. And this year, I hear that we're even giving a one-time gift of 100 event currency for logging in at any time during the event.
Absolutely. So this is something we love to do during our big events that use event currency. So no matter when you start the event, you jump in, you get something that is themed, and you can just start celebrating.
Nice.
And there's also one more special thing,
Oh.
not necessarily Haunted by Daylight, but we can't forget to mention that the day after the event releases is DbD Day on October 18th. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, in Japan back in 2022, Dead by Daylight was officially certified as a Memorial Day by the Japan Anniversary
I keep forgetting that
Association,
DbD Day
which is
exists in
amazing. So
Japan.
shout out to all of our Japanese fans.
I keep
Arigato.
forgetting that's an
Thank you
actual
so much
thing
for all of your
and
support.
not
This
just
is
like a
super
giant
cool for
joke.
us.
That is real.
So with that,
No,
we've got
that's-
a
it's
few
true.
things going on to celebrate, but one of them is a series of in-game challenges
It's
that'll let you
a
earn
actual-
bunch of exclusive cosmetics.
It's a
You'll be
recognized
able to access the
Memorial
DbD
Day,
challenge track through level 1 of
October
the Haunted by Daylight
18th
event tome.
in Japan
By completing those challenges,
for Dead by
players
Daylight.
can earn exclusive content for Dwight,
Why not?
Meg, Jake, Claudette, Yui, Adam, the Oni, and the Spirit. It's a lot.
Oh, you already named some of my mains in there too, so I've got to participate. So thank you so much, Justin, for showing us all of that amazing content. I really look forward to this, and I cannot wait to play, especially that Void Crystal. But for you at home, stick around as we've got a lot more on the way. Next, Eric will be joining me on the couch for our first ever community corner. So stay tuned.
Hey. Okay. Community stuff. Very nice.
Corner. So stay tuned.
Unfortunately, you're going to see me reloading the video a couple of times just to make sure I'm catching up on everything. Because I was late. I couldn't do it live. I couldn't watch it live. Oops, I'm sorry. I don't know if this is just a playback or what. That's got the flickering, the black screen flickering.
The smoke. It's just too much. Hello, welcome back. Very excited. First of all, very exciting segment you just did.
Thank you.
Now very excited for this particular segment because we are both community people. This is what we're calling the Community Corner. It's a new segment on the show. And today, why not christen it, kick it off with the biggest thing we could think of, which is let's reveal the winners of our 2024 Design
all right, here we
Cosmetic
go.
Community Contest. We challenge fans around the world. If
Here
you're
we go.
familiar with it, to submit their own
I'm
cosmetic
very
designs
curious to
concept
see
art
who's gonna
for Dead by
win.
Daylight, with the winning entries actually going in the game. So you can expect to see this community corner segment come back when we have things like this that are community centric that we want to share with you. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Yeah, so while we've run this contest for a while now, this year has actually been a lot of firsts. For starters, this is the first time voting on our winners.
Audio
has
seems a bit
switched from
delayed.
The Dead by Daylight team to you, the community. Voting took place from September 19th to the 26th, and we are super excited to be able to share those results with you just here in a second. Secondly, badges and banners made their debut into the contest, replacing charms this year. And lastly, for the first time, our 4 community contest categories, Killer Outfit, Survivor Outfit, Badge, and Banner, will have 3 winners for a total of 12 winners overall.
Triples.
Triples. So before we show our winners for the design,
It does kind of suck that we're not getting charms anymore,
it was
but
an absolute gift to be a part of this year's contest and see the amazing display of talent. We had over 3,000 contest submissions, and it was truly heartwarming to just see all the love and the time and the effort you all poured into these characters, the badges, and the banners. So thank you so much on behalf of the Dead by Daylight team. It was a job well done. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, 3,000. Barely any of them were AI, and I thank you for that as well.
oh, thank God.
But for real, when you have 3,000 submissions and you have to narrow it down to, what is it, 12, 16 winners? Whatever the number is, I can't do math. it's you know you can't have everyone win, and I wish we could because there's so many awesome.
So many good ones.
Keep that in
All right.
mind, and remember, y'all
Here we
voted.
go.
You're the people who voted for these winners, so let's be cool, let's be normal about this, and congratulate our winners, please. So, we're always blown away by what the community submits, and this year the bar has been raised. I'm glad that we were able to raise the bar by adding more winners. So let's get into it, and let's get into the winning entries for
Our killer outfits, and this is going to be shown in no particular order. The winners are an outfit for the Singularity called Desktop by It's Your Boy.
Yeah.
amazing name.
Yes!
And just like incredible. Look at the detail.
I
on
love the
that.
details.
God.
Frowny face.
I'm so happy that this one made. This is
Next
one of the
up,
ones I
we've got
voted.
An outfit for the Unknown called Unknown Unsung.
Yeah!
Shy Boy.
So I'm 2 for the ones that I voted for. 2 of the 3.
No, this is. I'm psyched about this. I would kill to watch a noir hardboiled
God,
detective movie
this
about the
skin
unknown
is
in
so
the
good.
state.
It's not even
solving
fair how good it
crimes,
is.
Murder mysteries, maybe doing a little murder of their own.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd do some murdering on their own. And last but not least, we have an outfit for the Dredge called Dredge Fear of Reminiscence by Euro.
Amazing. So,
Fantastic.
you can tell that is
Okay, cool. All the ones that I voted for are the ones I got
An
in.
incredible technical challenge.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
Dork wanted to say a little bit about that, just so folks are aware how this works.
Yes, so thank you so much for those pieces. On that note, I did want to say that this outfit, while it was viewed the most and received a ton of love from the community, we are super excited to be adapting this into the game. And for this outfit to fit the technical and narrative requirements, we would need to make a couple of adjustments while keeping the original design idea intact. So we'll be in touch with the artist to discuss this further. So please check your emails.
Can't stress that one enough. Please check your emails.
Please
if you enter a
check them.
contest,
Cool.
check your emails.
All right, so
let's
that's gonna have
move
some
on to the
modifications to
Survivor
it.
outfit category, and the winners are
All right.
an Adam Francis outfit called Adam Late Night Lecture by
Okay.
Raz Pizzazz. Unbelievable.
Incredible Riz.
Riz Pizzazz. I would
Very happy to see Adam get the nod. I didn't vote for this one,
colors there with the black color is
but
so awesome.
very happy to
I
see at
would
least
love to
Adam
have
get
that
some love at
pattern.
least.
He's a cool teacher.
Yes. Next up, an outfit for Jake Park called Jake Lone Wolf by
Nice.
Kells.
Nice.
Jake
Okay,
rocking
that one I
wireless
did
in
vote
the
for.
1990s. No big deal. You know, imitation is a form of flattery.
This is so Jake too. I love it so much.
Yes, Jake and I share the love of flannel. And
And what's the last
third
one?
Survivor
It's probably a
winner, you
Sable.
guessed it, of course, Sable Wood.
Yep.
Called Gothic Romance by artist
Yeah.
Fury Kuhn. This is an incredible design.
This is
and
easily
received a ton of votes.
the
Yes, it's
this
very
was probably
stable
the
as well,
best
so very
the-
accurate for her.
concept art
Very psyched for
piece
this.
done. So detailed.
Now, let's look at our badges and banners, starting out with our
Ooh,
badge
here we go.
designs. Once again, they're
Badges.
shown in no particular
The crow
order.
has to be
First,
one.
we've got
Crow's eye.
Bath by Stormy Simmons.
Yeah.
Get it bath because it's a bath toy.
That one's
It's a
so
little
cute.
Becky
It's so
Christina
good.
Rowling.
It's so good.
Whoa.
But keeping the positive.
But keeping the
BMA,
positivity.
Yeah.
Slug Ray?
Next, we've got A Little Friend by Yuki Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Clearly lives in that.
If
style.
dangerous, why
Yes,
friend
I
shaped?
love it.
Truly.
If dangerous, why friend shaped? Exactly.
And then the crow's eye has to be the
And
last
Into
one.
Kitty by Squeezicles.
Crow's eye didn't make it.
That beautiful blighted cat.
Yeah. I love the
Aww.
rendition of
I
the
did
white
vote for all 3 of those, but I feel bad for
All right,
Karn.
now we're gonna roll on
'Cause she
into our
absolutely
banana
just
winners.
probably
First
went
one
for the
is called
crow.
Discarded in Water. Enigma.
Nice.
So you see a little top-down view of all of those elements floating.
Discarded in Water was the
Very,
first
very
one I
cool.
saw, and I
Next
fell in
up
love with it.
is Entity Touched Petals by DbD Addict.
I love it. It's just such a,
Ah.
like a bright, positive looking.
That is
way
nice.
to
I hope
experience
Slug
Entity
Race.
Realm.
Oh,
Slug
Entity
Race,
Touched
please.
Petals, not Entity Space Touched Petals.
Yeah.
Entity Touched Petals. I'm sorry, DbD Addict. That's my bad.
Come on, Slug Race.
And the third winning banner, this is my personal favorite. It's Riding Maurice.
Ah,
So
nice.
I love
Very
this art
good.
Style. I would watch a cartoon or read an entire comic in this style. It's so good.
I like how clown
So
is
big
hidden.
congrats to everyone. As I said, be cool, be normal about this. This is
Very
awesome. We
nice.
wanna be happy
It hurts
for
me
our
that
friends
Slug
who
Race
submitted
didn't
and
make
won
it in,
the
but I guess we'll have to
Such
try it again
amazing
next
work.
year.
And everyone who submitted did amazing work.
Yes, so please congratulate them, uplift the other members.
Fantastic
of the
job to
community.
all the artists, the community
For those
artists.
who are shown here, we did contact each of our winners with their next steps. So if you saw your design here today, please check your email. If for any reason we unfortunately don't hear back from you, we'll have to choose a different winner, which we'd hate to really do.
Yes.
Again. So thanks again for everyone who participated, and now it's going to be up with Brandon.
I feel like that was a slight dig at the Hattie artist. There was a Hattie skin that was supposed to.
For starters, this is the first time voting on our winners has
That was
switched from the
picked.
Dead by Daylight team to you, the community. Voting took place from September 19th to the 26th, and we are super excited to be able to share those results with you just here in a second. Secondly, badges and banners.
Was that it? There's no way that was it. Did it? What? Hang on. I'm sorry? Did it? Oh no, it literally just. Hang on.
That's so nice.
Okay, we're just gonna watch on YouTube then, I guess.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
I don't know why the
So,
YouTube stream
this is
isn't,
latest
or the
tome,
Twitch
and it's
one
called
isn't working.
Dominus, and it comes out on October 8th. Not only does it have a great theme and a great theme song,
Weird.
you just heard me, but I know the team went all out on the rewards for this one, and I'm really excited for you to tell us about it. So what can you
Yes.
So yeah, this has been a really exciting tome for us to work on for
Some of
a
the
bunch
best
reasons.
tome cosmetics
First,
I've seen in quite
Dominus
some
is
time.
an extension of our Castlevania chapter, so we're really getting the opportunity to
Genuinely.
dive deeper into that world than ever before. The title Dominus comes from, the new Castlevania Dominus collection, which was recently released. It's a re-release of a handful of Nintendo DS Castlevania games, so we pulled a lot of the inspiration from outfits, straight from those games.
All right, so how much more Castlevania content can players expect to see as part of this tome?
Now we
They can
did
expect
see
a
the
ton.
cosmetics in the
We got
last
some
dev update,
unbelievable outfits,
so they're probably
which
gonna
I'll
show
tell
them
you about
again.
in a second. But beyond that, from the memory unlocks to all the other rewards in Dominus, everything is either Gothic inspired or Castlevania inspired.
Okay.
We treated this tome as a
Very
giant
nice.
celebration of all things Castlevania, and we really want the players to feel that. So, with that being said, we've been really lucky to develop a great relationship with Konami over the years, and they really opened the door for us to delve into their past games and touch base on some of those amazing elements from those.
I'm sorry,
actual
closed
games
captions are
that
just
I
not
think,
working.
players who are fans of the franchise will be really fond of. So safe to say, we just had a blast. We went all out with this tome, and hopefully both Castlevania fans and DbD fans alike will love it too.
Well, I know they're going to love it because we've got some amazing outfits to look
Yes.
into. So let's go ahead and jump right into that.
Yes. So
So
again,
what are
some of the best
standouts in the
cosmetics I've
Dominus
seen.
collection that players can earn here?
Yeah, so for starters, we got some really cool legendary outfits.
Yes.
Soma has the Soma Cruise outfit for Trevor Belmont, and we got True Form for Dracula. And
Yeah, True Form for
the best
Dracula is
part-
fantastic.
The best part of a True Form Dracula is it's not just a plain old legendary, but it's a visceral legendary, which means it has its unique Mori.
Ooh,
Clip here.
very fancy. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God. And he just got thrown like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my
Well,
God.
I mean,
What?
if you can't tell, the team really went above and beyond this one. So I can't wait to
That's
get
sick.
this, into our players.
That's so
hands.
good.
In addition to those outfits, we also have 3 very rare outfits. We have Shinoa's dress for Yui,
Mhm.
Jonathan's attire for Felix, which is
Mhm.
based on Jonathan Morris's character, and Death's cloak for the nurse.
For the nurse.
So that's some of what you guys
God,
have in
the nurse
Dominus.
skin
But
is
while
so
I don't
good,
wanna spoil
too.
just everything.
Yeah, come on, Brandon. A little bit.
I'll give you something. Okay. There's a little Easter
A
egg.
little treat.
Yeah, and there's a really cool Easter egg that you'll find. it's going to be attached to Soma's legendary outfits. So I won't say anything more than that.
Okay.
You know, if you figure it out, you may just get a little surprise at the end.
Okay, so you heard Brandon. You've got your homework. So figure it out and then tell me the answer.
There's an Easter egg
I'm so
for
excited to see
Soma
what
for
all of that- and
Gabriel's
we've already talked about so much that's
cosmetic.
Everything has been earnable so far in the Rift, and not just the outfits.
There's a
Can
special
you give us
Easter
a
egg
bit of a
specifically
preview of
for
some of the other
Soma.
rewards?
Yeah, for sure. So from player cards to badges, banners, charms, all these items are
Interesting.
being pulled from the Castlevania's history.
I know there is a
We don't have enough time
Castlevania
to
Easter egg
go into detail
for
with all
wall
of them, but
chicken,
here are
apparently,
some of my favorites.
for a
So
wall chicken
example,
charm
badges,
that you can get.
Great stuff like Shinoa's back tattoo. We also have
Ooh.
Death's Companion that perches on Death's shoulder.
Those
in
look
games,
very
and
nice.
We also have character portraits like Alucard, Soma, and Dracula, of course.
Everyone's gonna go for Alucard.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I had a chance to look at the banners and charms as well, and they are just gorgeous.
Like
Are
I
we
said,
gonna
the team
see
really
'em?
went all out with this tome.
Could we see
You
him?
know, we got some gorgeous banners that may be familiar to some fans of the franchise. They feature callbacks to Symphony of the Night, like the transition room. We also have a classic Castlevania map layout, and
Oh, those look so
the
good.
throne room. And last but not least, the throne room, the throne room itself, which I'm sure players are gonna love. And then we got charms. You can earn things like the old
Just the
school axe,
silhouette
the bone
of
enemy, and a little fun
Dracula's
map that
castle in the moon.
nods to
So
Castlevania
good.
and DbD at the same time, and some super memorable Castlevania bosses that maybe some players have faced over the years.
All right.
Do we get to see the
Honestly, that sounds
charms?
amazing. And as you mentioned, there's
Oh.
even memories tied to the tome that will be associated with these characters.
Cool.
Yes, they will, and you're gonna have to play and unlock them yourselves to really find out what they're all about. But I'll just say it was really cool to explore some more lore for characters like Dracula. For Trevor,
If I had to
and,
guess, the
you'll
memories are
see
probably
Alucard
tied
pop up in those
to
memories too. You'll learn a
bring
little bit
Dracula
more,
into the fog.
about each and every one of them, and you might even get to see some recreations of memorable scenes in past Castlevania games. And I think players are gonna really like that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what players
Very
react to all of
curious.
this. And finally, I know that we're also releasing another collection for players to earn. So this might not be tied directly to Castlevania, but it is really gothic, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
As part of this tome, we've also
New
got
cosmetics
plenty of
again.
outfits, that are part of our Gothic Tales collection. As you mentioned, these aren't pulled directly from Castlevania, but they're inspired by Gothic themes to make something original for all their characters. So, without further ado, we've got the Phantom Metal outfit for Jeff. Here he is. rocking his
Ooh.
medieval threads and a demonic phantom of the opera kind of style mask.
I really like that, actually. I'm not a big
Really cool,
Jeff
and I love the
guy.
red.
Yeah, the touch of red is my favorite.
That's a really good
moving
set.
On for Claudette, we got the Downfall in blue outfit for Claudette. Keeping in character, of course, it
It
includes.
kind of fits really well with the
a
D&D
book
set.
strapped to her belt.
Okay, you guys can't see my face right now, but I'm losing my mind over this cosmetic.
Yeah,
It's
That's really good.
and I love that little touch of blue on her torso.
Oh, absolutely.
Moving forward, we got Meg, and she has the Dark
course.
Maneuvers outfit that has her looking
Of course, there's a
regal
Meg
and, ready
cosmetic.
for battle at the same time.
She does look really
Nice.
regal. I really love like
That is
that
very
look.
Castlevania-esque.
It's a common thing with the reds and blues in this collection. That
It is
people
really
love.
nice, though. That is actually
we
really
also got
good.
Some killers. We got the Unknown, and they have the Bonfire Fair outfit, turning them into the world's most terrifying medieval soldier. And I love that weapon.
I could not imagine
Oh
what
my God,
someone
that
in that
looks so
time
good.
period would say if they saw the unknown.
It looks so good.
I wouldn't.
Oh
know.
my God. His fucking
And,
face.
Last but not least, this is my personal favorite, the Art Made Flesh outfit for the artist, which reimagines her as a gothic demon, complete with an animated flame burning on top of her head.
Oh my God.
Is just a
Dude,
madness.
Karn
Oh
is
my God, that's
screaming.
amazing. You guys knocked it out of the park. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Brandon, for joining us today.
I
it's a
could
huge
probably
to
go
have
to
you back on the
Twitter,
couch
and it'll be a
so
tweet
thank you so much
of
again.
Karn with a
So as a
screenshot of that
reminder, remember
outfit,
that the Dominus
either
collection
going
is out on
ah or just
before
saying
we
mommy,
welcome
mommy,
Kurt
mommy,
onto the couch
mommy,
for our
mommy,
upcoming
mommy,
collection segment,
over and over
let's
again.
go ahead
It's
and
one
take
of
a
the
look
two.
at the Tome 21 Dominos trailer.
I'm not gonna check though. I'm not gonna check real quick. God, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Ooh. The video editing team went crazy with this one.
You thought you could eclipse me. Now die.
Nice. Nice. Very good. Very good. The editing team went crazy on that video. Holy. There is a part of me that does miss the overseer in the tomes.
Okay, I just saw that tome trailer. Oh my gosh, the
Yeah.
Yui outfit, the new Mori. There's
So good.
okay. There's
Very
oh,
good stuff.
crap, my brain
Very
is
good
scrambled up.
stuff.
Let me try to get my bearings again. So we have a new guest on the couch, and today I am joined by our product manager from the store team, Kirby, back on the couch to give us some previews on the upcoming collections and everything that's going on with Halloween. And I'm still, the vape.
All right, so this is where we get to
So
see like
thank
the
you so much for joining
Void
me.
collection probably, and probably some blighted cosmetics.
All right, so it's always fun for seeing what the store team is like pulled out, and I know you guys have gone all the way with Halloween, especially this year with some familiar collections coming back, as well as some new ones that we've got to introduce. So where do we start?
Well, our Haunted by Daylight event is right around the corner, so let's start with the Void collection.
Yep, here we go.
Kristen was up earlier in the show to give us a reminder of just how terrifying the Void actually is, and
So we get some
this
new
collection that
voided
we've done
survivors,
is really
probably.
proof of that. Nobody escapes the Void realm unscathed. This place has the ability to seep into a character's DNA and corrupt them and really leave behind a mark. So we've extended that effect into this collection and really imagined what it would be like to see them, like the long-term effects of that if they get trapped in the Void realm.
Okay.
So this year we're doing 4 outfits for the Void collection, and up first we have Kate.
Okay.
As you can see, we've pushed the collection
Ooh.
style a bit further than last year.
Oh, I really like what you guys did with her hair and her top. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Looking
and
good.
Like here on Adam, we can see that his outfit is still heavily inspired by the base look, but with some extra flair in addition to all the changes that the Void has caused.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and his hair and his facial hair, that's so nice.
And for Zarina, we've done some really cool patterning on her pants, as well as a Void interpretation of her classic leather jacket and scarf style.
That is a really cool change. with
Okay.
the top. That is really nice.
Nice.
And finally, since this is the first year where killers can use their powers in the Void,
Oh, a new
we
plague.
also add our first killer to the collection,
She
the
looks
Plague.
terrifying, dude. Oh my god.
That's cool. I think that makes it.
Okay, that is a perfect spooky collection to kick things off.
I think that kind of
And
makes
for
it
everyone
like.
out there, don't forget the Void collection is a time-limited collection.
What is it now?
It's only gonna
The
be
second
available for the
killer to
duration
get
of the event,
2
which is from
specific
October
Halloween
15th to
cosmetics.
November 7th.
I think Trapper
So,
technically has 2. He
other
has
than
the
that,
blight
what
skin,
else
and
can
then
you
he
tell us
has
about
the
other collections tied to
other
the event?
skin, like the
So
pumpkin
what we're
carver
adding
skin.
Here is our Tricks and Treats collection, which is a huge hit with the fans.
I got Tricks
the
and
vibe of
Treats.
This collection has always been very classic, very fun Halloween costumes, and this year is no different. We're
Another timed
doing
exclusive
2
one.
outfits, one for Sable and one for Michaela.
Of course.
Since this is one of the
Of
first times
course,
we've had
Sable and
survivors
Michaela,
so
they're big money
closely
makers.
connected before they entered the fog. It seems like
Gotta
a
get-
perfect opportunity for us to do a
Gotta
group
get your
outfit.
goth girl and
Okay.
spooky
Yeah,
girl
So
skins.
we have the fiery spider outfit for Sable, which is very on brand for her.
Okay.
Wow, look at her.
Not too bad.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I don't-
And the fiery cat outfit for Michaela, which turns her into sort of Sable's loyal feline.
Okay. I
Yeah,
don't
see those
hate
little
it.
Cat ears and the little cat face paint. It's so cute.
Yeah,
People are
it's
gonna love that.
It's really great.
I don't hate it,
The Void Realm
but they're not
Custom
great
Kit is
either.
Also a time-limited collection for the duration of this event.
All right. Well, those are some really perfect costumes. But Halloween and Dead by Daylight isn't all tricks and treats, Kirby. Sometimes
Blighted.
it's serious. It's terrifying. It's scary. It's the scariest time of the year.
It's time for the blighted
Especially
skins.
in the Entities realm. And we have to go into Halloween with some gruesome outfits as well, which perfect segue for the Hollowed Blight collection. So how about you tell us more about that one?
Yeah, so this is our 6th year
Here we go.
in the Hallowed Blight collection.
Who's
and we've
making
got
it
some
in?
Great new outfits to help it grow. It typically features a bunch of killers and really knows how to make like their default very terrifying style even scarier, which is probably why it's so popular. This year, we're doing a handful of new outfits, including the Blighted Pig that has serum absolutely oozing out of her pores.
Oh my god. Twist it up.
And another addition we've got is the Blighted Good Guy, and you can see really see where the Blight has sort of
Ooh.
transformed him and added extra arms and legs that are now grafted to his torso.
Sick.
Oh my god.
We've also got the Tragic Hero outfit for Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
That sees him in a Blight splattered ensemble and also rocking some really incredible sideburns.
He does have some incredible sideburns. That
Nice.
hero pose
This is the
goes with
first
that
new
as
Nick
well.
Cage we've had in a while.
And finally, we have the Blighted Bounty Hunter for the Death Slinger.
Oh,
We've done a
Osu's
lot of
very
collection
happy
tours
right
in this
now.
collection in the past few years, so it was really cool to do an original here, and we really love how it turned out.
And
Looks
it's
good.
Awesome that we did an original. I absolutely love it. 10 out of 10. I'm always amazed at how the Hollowed Blight collection both
Looking
look-
good.
manages to look
Looking
cool
good.
and
I'm
also
surprised that it's
real
only
gross.
one Survivor
hats
skin
off
this
to
year,
your
though.
team. Now to close things off, I hear that we are getting some new additions for another collection.
Yeah, exactly. So the Alien collection is back with two new outfits. One is a completely original creation we've done for the Xenomorph, as well
Okay.
as a nostalgic look for Ellen Ripley.
Is this what I
So
was
to start,
hearing got
we have
leaked?
All new Juggernaut Xenomorph. We wanted to explore a never before seen
Oh.
Xenomorph design, so we challenged our artists to see what they could come up with, and we're super happy with the final results.
Yeah, I am not ready to get
That
chased
looks
like
good.
chased by
That looks
mustang.
really good. Kind of reminds me of the engineers
And
from
on Ripley, we have the new pressure suit outfit.
what is
that
it?
Was
I don't
heavily
remember.
Inspired by the iconic spacesuit from the original Alien film, and we're really hoping that fans of the franchise will get a kick out of it.
It's
That
weird
is
that you don't have the
awesome.
helmet.
It is amazing cosmetic. Oh wow! So this is so much. Thank you so much, Kirby, for that download of information.
Oh,
and for
what's the
taking time to
engineer
show us
from?
All of these amazing new collections. I know you guys are super excited to release them.
Yeah,
I keep
absolutely.
blanking on the
And
name.
These are the only ones that we had time to show today, but there's so many more coming, like the clown outfit for the Laugh and Slash collection, as well as more additions to Cozy Break and Modern Tales that'll be coming out during the update as well.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to those. Well, thank you so much, Kirby, for walking us through everything. And once again, if you want to see these amazing looks that we looked at today, you can check it all out on the latest collections page at deadbydaylight.com. And go check it out after the stream is over because you're still trying to get Twitch drops. Remember? Be committed. And a quick reminder, as always, that every one of the past time-limited events or collections are back in the store between
Gotta
the
spend all that
duration
money.
of the event. So that's from October.
Can't wait to
17th
drop
to
$100
November
on
7th.
Dead by
So if you
Daylight
miss getting your
cosmetics.
hands on any of the tricks or treats or
I'm not
anything
going
like
to do that.
This will be the time. But that is all that we've got for our store collection today. Details on return of 2v8 is coming up next. So
2v8
don't go
stuff.
anywhere.
We already know one of the big things. Spirit and Deathslinger have been added to the roster. We can tell because of the poster back there. So the question becomes, what else is different? Because 2v8 didn't have too many issues, in my opinion. I feel like 2v8 worked out pretty well.
Just smoke again.
Vaping in here.
Hello, yo, what's up, GG?
Amazing cosmetics.
Yeah.
Jello jealous that you get to do those and you just get to feast.
Yeah, I'm eating.
And just because you didn't see your favorite character in there doesn't mean they're not getting stuff, right? Because like this, we can't fit everything into
That
the show.
blighted, the
So just so
blighted
folks are
pig
aware, we've
outfit
got
was
Henry
really
coming
good.
in an upcoming collection. We've got Talita, Renato, and Gabriel, and others, of course. But wanted to give those a shout out. I've seen people in chat looking for some love, so you are not forgotten. Stay tuned. So speaking of cosmetics, what about my cosmetics? Huh? It wouldn't be a show without a merch segment. So we love merch, you love merch, and the Dead by Daylight shop has got a ton of awesome clothes and accessories.
Cool,
for you
new
to
merch.
take yourself out in.
Gotta show the merch.
Yeah, so as you know, our European fans, ordering from the shop has not been the easiest experience.
Gotta make
for
money,
you.
make
Shipping
merch.
costs and import fees can make it really tough out there to get anything overseas. So it is with great.
What I missed, by the way,
pride that
got
we
into
get to
DbD
announce that
recently.
we just opened a
Mostly just
European
cosmetic
Dead by
stuff.
Daylight store. Now
It's
our
mostly
players
been
across the
cosmetics.
pond can
Couple stuff
order,
about
without
the
having to get
Haunted
any
by
of those extra fees.
Daylight
The
event.
link is in the chat.
Big ups to Europe. I hope y'all are happy. Our European fans will be able to pick from a wide selection of what we call our evergreen merch. That's the stuff that we always have available. Our goal is to make the North American and European sides at parity, so identical with each other. in
But
the
pretty
long
much
run, but
nothing else
you will
too
note that
crazy.
There are some things that you won't be able to find on that store.
How
just
dare
because they
you
were short
bonk
runs
me.
That were never meant to come back or last forever. So if you missed out, you missed out. But that's more incentive. Just pay attention as we add new stuff to the store, because sometimes we do those short runs.
Yeah, so I mean, all this,
Oh, you okay? You
Oh.
drink?
all this talk has made me so thirsty.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You know, I think this is the best time for us to announce that we have been working on a new edition of Dead by Daylight Coffee.
Ah,
we
yes, I
partnered
saw
with
this.
Coffee Maker Madrinas to have this available just in time for Halloween. Very spooky.
I saw this.
They were super
Yep.
creative when it came to bringing this idea
Blood
to life.
orange
And the
mocha
Halloween blend we're launching
coffee
with this is a
drink.
cold brew coffee flavored with blood orange and chocolate.
It's cold brew
Orange.
coffee.
Okay, so the version
That's
we're releasing
blood
is
orange
a
mocha.
deluxe package.
What?
Am I doing
Why?
this right?
Is that the first time
You
I've
see
done
right
this?
here,
But
it
they're
comes with
bundling an
cup on the
old
top,
cosmetic,
it's
a very
clear
limited
coffee
old
with reverse
cosmetic with
holding.
this
If you wanna
as
grab
well if you
some to
order it.
enjoy some
I
of
think
this
it's like
Halloween
$30.
coffee, just head over to the link that's in the chat and make your order. And I think we've done our sales for
Yeah,
today.
you get the
There it is.
collectible.
So I think
You get the
folks are
cosmetic for
probably waiting to
the
hear
old
more
Michaela Barista
about
cosmetic,
TBA.
which I think
Now,
was released
Happy
back
to
when
deliver that
Michaela
to
came out
your
like
good friend
2 years
Justin
ago.
Brown is gonna
2-3
join
years
me
ago
out
now.
here on the couch in just a second, so stay tuned.
But yeah, I think it's only
to learn
30
about
bucks.
TBA.
I made the joke of like, Cold Brew does a cold brew review. Which honestly, maybe. But 2v8's back. What do we got? Okay. You were in it. Ah, okay, so Talita, Michaela, Zarina, Adam, and Renato. You're all in it now. Okay. You're all in 2v8 now. It feels so early to talk about 2v8 coming back, because Chaos Shuffle's only been back for like, oh guys, it's been back for like a week now.
Welcome back, Justin. Welcome back to
Jesus.
the show. It's great to have you here. Justin is our product director on Dead by Daylight, and he's here to give us an update on the next iteration of 2v8 that's just around the corner. So thanks for being here.
Hey, I'm glad to be back.
These limited time modes, they're just
iteration. I might say it a few more
popping
times because
up
it's kind
and
of the first
quickly.
word. So
Jesus.
when,
No-
we brought
no room to
the
breathe.
mode out this past summer, we said it would be a first iteration, and it truly was. And now we're ready to bring the second iteration, which will be from November 12th to November 26th. So you have to wait another minute, but we have a lot.
Okay, so not too long of a wait.
Inside you over there. But yeah, the team from the beginning knew that what we
About
were
2 or
looking
3
for,
weeks.
This isn't the final product. This is our first step. So Justin's going to tell us about what we've done to address player feedback and add some new functionality. So why don't we start? Tell me how the team reacted to the players' reaction to 2v8.
Yeah, so first, I mean, it was a great reception from the community. Our team was super happy. We were really relieved there were no big bugs. Huge shout out to the team. We put in a lot
Okay,
of effort for that.
I was kind of right.
So, it was a great
Karn did
reception.
make a tweet about the
Anytime,
the
season
artist
one,
cosmetic.
first time ever.
She did make
You're gonna learn
but
something new.
not
Sometimes
the tone I
players
thought
do
it was gonna
sometimes
be.
can kind of come out of the blue.
But
With that in mind, we've made a few changes to the VT real quick. We also did a few things we knew we wanted to do in advance.
I was close. I
And
was close.
we're getting it back out in players' hands pretty quickly, as you can imagine. I think some people speculated 6 months would be the
Called
next
it
one.
out.
We're doing it basically in 3.
Yep.
And it's largely
I knew she was gonna
one,
make
we
some
want
kind of
players to
post.
wait 6 months. to
That's a
play again,
good artist
and we
cosmetic
didn't
too.
really want to wait 6 months to get more feedback.
Yeah, 6 months is kind of the standard DbD turnaround time. So getting it in
Okay.
within this window is actually a big win for us and for players. So psyched that it could come back. So you mentioned that you already had stuff or the team already had stuff they wanted to address before we even got the player feedback. So let's start with that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we knew for one that more content was needed. We had 5 killers in the first iteration.
Yeah.
We have to add more killers, of course. Probably add more maps.
Okay.
So that was something we knew we wanted to lock in real quick.
Some of the stuff
Happy
got
to announce
leaked,
today that
so
we are adding 3 new
but I
killers
didn't
this
see
next
it.
iteration.
Okay,
There'll be
Slinger.
Slinger.
There he is.
Light.
Light.
Ooh. And Spirit, because we saw Spirit.
Glory and the Spirit, of course.
Ta-da!
Spirit and Slinger are
Awesome.
on the
And with
poster
those
in the
new
back.
colors, can we also expect some new maps?
Yes, so 5 new maps. Of course, Dead Dog Saloon's going to make its first appearance in
Nice.
2v8. Yamoka State as well.
Okay.
And then there'll be 3 additional maps from the existing realms that we had last time. And then
Looks like Father's
last thing
Campbell.
for sure that we always knew we were going to do in this iteration long before we got feedback was survivors had classes in the first iteration. Killers
Okay.
did not. We knew that one day we wanted killers to be at parity there, so a killer class system.
Uh-huh. All right, so hold on to that for a minute. We'll come back to the killer classes. So that's what you knew you were going to change already. So the
What do you mean
unknown
killer
element
class?
was what the players would say and think. So what did we get from player feedback that we're working on in this new version?
I'm very curious about
Yeah, so
killer
the first
class.
big one was people really wanted to play killer in this first
Y-
iteration.
yeah.
It makes sense. We anticipated that to some level. It's the first time you play with a friend as a killer or play with a partner. Of course. I think the extent to which that was true was far greater than we anticipated.
Yeah,
Some players were waiting 8, 9, 10 minutes
Mhm.
just for a match in 2v8 as killer.
it's true.
Shows
Ferno and
how
I have the
experience
video
was, but
for
at
it.
the
We have the
same time,
VOD of
it's
it.
not something we want players
We
to
waited 15 minutes to play one game.
Yes, so
We
one of the big
played
ways to tackle that we figured is
DbD
to make the survivor
and
experience more exciting,
Minecraft
more interesting,
while we were
was one of the
waiting
areas of
for a
focus
game.
too, for sure. Another thing we noticed as the event wore on, especially near the end, this idea of slugging to win became prominent. We knew that's something we want to address in V2, and we have what we believe is a pretty good solution for that.
Is
and
it
then
automatic
last but not
pickup?
least, this snowballing. I mean, 1v4 can snowball a little bit, but on 2v8 it was sort of exasperated.
Right.
Okay.
So it could really snowball to the point where it wasn't really fun at times.
Yeah, fair.
And we have a solution, a small solution that'll help deal with that. It's pretty simple. Basically, every time a survivor is hooked, the gen repair speed will speed up slightly. Every time a generator pops, it will decrease. So as long as
Oh,
the map
it's a tug of war kind of
you
thing.
won't really feel it at all. But as soon as it
Interesting.
starts to snowball one way or the other, you'll start to feel that system kick.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So you mentioned that our take
Interesting.
to
So it
addressing
makes the
queue
games
issue
Overwatch
makes
one-way times
survivors
truly.
more interesting.
So it does
let's
make
get into
the
that.
game
So
feel
what
more
is
dynamic.
New for the survivors in this iteration.
Interesting.
Yeah, so one of the things is we wanted to give them more to do. And so in this next iteration, we have 2 sort of, ideas that we are introducing, I guess, today. We
Excuse
have
me.
what we call an active ability as well as an unlock ability.
Right.
And the unlock ability players would be sort of familiar with from the first iteration. In the first iteration, after being sent to the cage, I believe it was 2 times, every
Yeah.
survivor would unlock the perk self-care, effectively.
Yeah.
We're just doubling down on that mechanic. Now, what you will unlock is class dependent. So each class has their own perk.
Oh.
The escapist is still self-care, but the other 3 classes will have their own unique sort of unlock perk.
Okay.
And that's very interesting.
Interesting. That is actually very interesting.
Yeah.
So
Keep going. We got some video queued up that they're going to show you here for the next bit.
All right, good. And then the next one is active abilities. Just to add more to that survivor gameplay, effectively active abilities are going to charge up by themselves over time.
That man just rebuilt a pallet.
Yes, and
What?
once it's
They're
charged,
healing.
you can use your active ability. You can do great things like rebuild a pallet, heal teammates, boost
Okay.
gen repair speed. It just depends on what your class is.
Okay.
active ability.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
Very
in the
interesting.
pickups, right?
Yeah, so that's the last thing that active abilities can do. To address slugging, if your active ability is charged, or once it's charged and you're in the dying state, you can use your active ability to pick yourself off.
Okay. Yeah.
Fantastic.
That works.
Internally, we called those active abilities ultimates, and so that's still sort of how I think of them. It's like
No, fair.
something that recharges, you can do
Understandable.
cool stuff. Yes, so the pickup mechanic is also, it brings.
Yeah. Sorry.
They're
It
just-
brings flashlight saves back into the equation, is what I was going to say.
Exactly. So that's the one other big thing we heard a lot in the first iteration was like, there's no flashlight saves, there's no pallet saves. So killers will have to pick up a survivor again before they can send him to the cage. Reintroduces that gameplay. There's more
Okay.
depth. The killers again.
It's kind of similar to the anniversary event.
There's the video. They're waiting for us to say the flashlight. That's why.
It's kind of like with the anniversary event, where if you wanted to send somebody with an to a random hook, you still had to pick them up. Okay, so they're kind of repurposing that from the anniversary. Interesting. I do like that.
That we're adding classes, so let's get into that.
Okay, killer classes. What do we got?
Updates in V2. In the first iteration, all of killers had their own sort of individual abilities, and those are sticking around. But in addition to those, killers will now be able to choose one of 4 classes, which sort of augment whatever your preferred playstyle is as killer, and it really allows you to sort of customize whichever character you want to the playstyle you have. It is important to note, I think, for everybody that in each match you can only have one of each class, so 2 killers cannot use the same class.
Right.
But I think
Okay.
as far as the classes are, you know a little bit about them, right?
Yeah, so each killer is going to choose a class, like you just said. So the classes are Shadow, which encourages sneaking up on survivors, blocking escapes, working in tandem with the other killer to create the element of surprise.
Stealth stuff.
And there's Brute, all about being relentless, unstoppable force during chases. And
Probably
there's
like
the
breaking pallets and
Enforcer
stuff like
class.
that.
That's perfect for preying on the weak and finishing the job on the injured survivors.
Closing
And then
distance.
The Fearmonger, focused on movement throughout the map and staying unseen
Go fast.
to aid your killer partner in the hunt.
Of course. So we knew we wanted to add these classes. I think they're also going to help us make 2v8 a little bit easier to be expandable in the future. We don't have to create so
Interesting.
many custom, unique abilities per killer in the future. So we're quite excited about them.
I'm excited to see what people think and to see them start playing around with it and what combinations they'll do, as they always do. And, trying out the new killers as well in the mode will introduce a ton of dynamics. So thank you, Justin, to you and the team, of course. If the team's watching back in
Interesting.
the studio, hello, thank you for your work on 2v8. I know the community is psyched about it. Psyched to
Very
come back. So as a
interesting.
reminder, it's coming back November 12th to the
Okay.
26th. Keep an eye on our
Hey, Furno.
socials. Go to
I know you're not
deadbydaylight.com
here,
to
but
look
I'm
up for
calling
more
you out.
details. And
We're gonna have to
Justin,
queue up a
thank you
couple
for
more
joining us.
times on
And you,
2v8
I
now,
ask
man.
You to stay tuned. We're gonna do our Q&A next.
Q&A, and then it's the end. All right. And then we're going to be at the end of the stream. Have I heard of the game Zoocosis? I have. I have heard of Zoocosis. I don't know if I personally would play it. I've already got a lot of horror games lined up for October.
Every time they go.
I've got some horror games already lined up for October. But Zoocosis does look like it's a very interesting time. I've been keeping my eye on it.
Do our live Q&A session, so that's what we're here for. We're going to answer a few of the pressing questions that we've seen in the community over the last few days, but also, of course, in the chat. So let's dive in. I'll ask question 1. Dork, are there any updates on the new Mori system?
Yes, so as you may know, we've made some updates and tweaks
Finishing
to the Mori
Mori.
system recently, listening to your feedback and adjusting things to deliver the best version of the feature. A few of the latest updates to call out here, after seeing the results of the changes made to the Ivory and Ebony Mori offerings in our PTB, we've heard the feedback and are reverting these changes. The Ivory and
Thank you.
Ebony Mori Mori offerings will now once again allow the killer to kill a survivor who has been hooked twice.
Thank you.
We've also made the call to retire the Cypress Memento Mori offering, and will be compensating with 1 million blood points, which can be claimed between October 8th and October 17th.
All right. Well answered. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Really?
Question 2. In the Haunted by Daylight
Interesting.
event this year, can survivors heal?
Yes, survivors can heal throughout the trial as they can in the live game. What they can't do, however, is heal
Okay.
within the void realm itself. When an injured survivor enters the void or becomes injured within the void, they will be broken until they exit the void realm. Once they've exited, they can heal as normal.
Oh, Justin
Okay.
escaped this question. That sneaky little guy. Question 3. Why isn't 2v8 permanent? We hear this one a lot.
Well, right now we're working on iterations for
They're just
2v8.
trying it out.
As you saw with the first one, it's completely different than the one we talked about today. We're adding more killers, more maps, killer classes, etc. And as you saw with V1, there are often times when changes need to be made for killer powers, so we have to address each character individually. And there's a lot of characters in our game, as you know. We also have to consider things like queue times, how the mode impacts the live game, which is always going to be our main priority.
That's right. The queue is definitely important. It affected the 1v4 mode as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So, question 4. When is the Freddy rework coming?
We are still looking at introducing an
Ugh.
update to Freddy. It's planned for 2025. This is still work in progress, so we do not have any updates to share at the moment with regards to this rework. But please continue to follow on our socials for more information for when it becomes available.
Yes. All right, question 5. Wait, I was late. When's the Haunted by Daylight event?
It starts October 17th and lasts until November 7th.
All right, question 6. We've got a board game question.
Ooh.
If you have the basic edition, can you still use the malicious expansion?
Yes, you can. All expansions work with the basic edition. The malicious expansion is an all-new material, but the other 3, Unbroken, the Gatekeeper, and the Upgrade Kit, feature material that's included in the collector's edition. So it might not be beneficial for those owners to also obtain these expansion packs.
Okay,
Okay.
got it. How do you choose the names for the tome? They're always so intense. Like, Dominus! Yeah, exactly.
Teamwork. So a few members of the team get together and brainstorm how to best.
What a very
brand
interesting
our
question.
releases. We're
What a very
glad,
interesting
that
cue
you're
for the
entertained.
THX sound to play for ads. I'm sorry for people who aren't subscribed
Call them
who have to deal with the ads. They'll be over in shortly. I can't.
Eerie shards, and the new ones will be for Auric cells only.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that's it for the live Q&A. Well done.
They
Thanks,
didn't
Michael.
address Skull
All
Merchant.
up here. You were not reading at all.
Not reading
Not
at
reading
all.
at all.
I mean,
Oh, no.
So that is
Oh,
it for the
no.
show. This was our Haunted by Daylight Halloween live
They
stream.
didn't address the
Thank
Skull
you
Merchant
for
changes.
joining us. Thank you, Dork, of course, for doing this with me.
That's not
hope everyone
good.
enjoyed it. So it's a huge few months ahead for DbD. So Tome 21
That's not good.
Dominus is out next week on October
They didn't
8th.
address the Skull
Then
Merchant
the Haunted
changes
by Daylight
that
event
everyone
on
complained
October
about.
17th to November 7th. On the 18th. And then 2v8
Fuck.
is making its return November 12th to the 26th.
That's not good.
Plenty to
People
do
are going to be
this week.
very upset.
Oh yeah, we've got a bunch of.
Some people are going to be
in mind,
very
so,
upset.
Keep on our socials. We also hope that you've earned your first Twitch drop from watching today's 1-hour show. So keep watching the streams on Twitch with the Dead by Daylight Twitch directory, so you can keep accruing that watch time.
Oh,
Help
people
you
are going to be
get all the
very
drops you've
angry.
had. Remember, you have until October 15th to claim all of the latest drops, and you have until October 13th to tell me happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
People are going to be very
So
upset that
thanks for
they didn't
watching,
talk about
and
the
as
Skull
always,
Merchant
head
changes
over
from
to
the PTB
deadbydaylight.com for more
because
information.
those changes are
Rating
bad.
The King on Twitch, so please be
They're
be
very
kind,
bad.
courteous in their chat. And until next time, let's hope you're safe in the fog.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah. Didn't say anything else. Damn. That kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. I kind of wish they talked about Skull Merchant and said whether or not there will be changes made from the PTB changes, adjustments made for the PTB changes. But yeah, let's real quick talk about, let's recap everything that they discussed. We're gonna just pull up Dweet's feed, because Dweet is pretty much has shown off everything. All right. So from the bottom to the top, talking about the Void, the Haunted by Daylight event. For those who don't remember, it is a special in-game event in which you get sent to a portal to the Void. In the last year's iteration, it was you got to portals would open up throughout the game. Now one will stay open, and then you can add more portals up to 5 throughout the match. Killer powers now work in the Void. Previously they didn't. It was just survivors were broken and made no noise. Killers couldn't use their power, but they had no terror radius, so it was very much a game of, it was mind games at that point. Now killer powers do work, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I like. I don't know if I like that. I guess we'll see it in action, but you still don't have the terror radius, and now killers will also have an indicator on the HUD on when a survivor enters the Void. There is new skins for Yoonjin Lee and the Trickster, as well as 2 new items that survivors can make, survivors and killers can make using Void energy, which you collect during the in-game event. For survivors, it is a Void crystal that makes a kind of smoke bomb, and then for killers, it is a projectile husk that could damage survivors on their path. These are the event rewards. So we have a linked Halloween themed set for both the Trickster and Yoonjin. The Trickster one is fantastic. This was really good. They really cooked with this one, with the Trickster skin. I do like the Yoonjin one. This is probably going to be my new favorite Yoonjin skin. And then we, of course, got a bunch of new collection additions for the skeleton shirts, as well as the sweets themed weapons, which, again, look really good. They look really good. New charms, new profile icons, new banners as well. The community cosmetic winners. Pretty much all the ones that I voted for made it in. So we got the unknown. We have the dredge. This one is actually going to get a little bit of rework done to make it fit in the game. Technically fit in the game. And then we also have this singularity one as well. Very cool. For the killer cosmetics, survivor cosmetics, we got this Adam. Then we have Jake, and then we have Sable. Again, this is easily the best design, concept design of the survivors, hands down. This was the best one. This was guaranteed to make it in no matter what. For badges, Bloodbath, a little friend, if dangerous, why friend shaped. And then the Entakitty, very cute, all very cute. And then the banner winners, Discarded in Water, Entity Touch Petals, and the Riding Maurice. Void Collection, 3 new survivors, 1 killer. So we have Adam, we have Zarina, and we have Kate, as well as the Plague, which is very nice. These all look really good. Tricks and Treats got a Sable and a Michaela set. So, hey, there you go. Sable and Michaela duos. Hello Blight Collection. I was wondering who would be getting it this year. 3 licenses. Pig finally getting another new cosmetic. I'm very glad that Pig is finally getting some new cosmetics. This is the second new cosmetic for Pig this year, which is awesome. Deathslinger finally got the Blight Collection. Very overdue. Very overdue. Chucky as well. and then Nicolas Cage. The Chucky one also looks really good. Well, let's see how it looks in game though. An original alien skin, the Juggernaut, which looks really good. The Juggernaut alien xenomorph skin. Original for Dead by Daylight, which it reminds me of the Engineer. What movie was that from? Which alien? I keep. Hang on, Is it Covenant? What's the movie? What movie were they in? Prometheus. There it is. Prometheus. That's the one I was thinking of. Where it's like a fusion of like a xenomorph and a engineer, which looks really good. And then Spacesuit Ripley, just sans helmet, which is a bit of a shame. We need more Survivor skins with helmets. Come on. And then there's also two new ones that are going to be getting two new collections, Laugh and Slash and Cozy Break and Modern Tales. Modern Tales is sort of the reworked Fairy Tales one. And Cozy Break, I believe, is sort of like the Christmas adjacent, where it's like pajama themed. New survivors, new killers being added to 2v8 is going to be Blight, Deathslinger, and the Spirit. Flashlight saves and pallet saves will be back in 2v8. They did the reveal trailer for Dominus with all of the new cosmetics that are going to be available in the new Castlevania themed tome, because Dominus is Castlevania focused for the most recent chapter, which is looking fantastic. Some new tome rewards, including profile icons and banners based on Castlevania. Some new cosmetics, Gothic-inspired cosmetics for survivors, including Claudette, Jeff, and Meg, which all look really good, to be honest. But they aren't specifically Castlevania, but they are just Castlevania themed, as in Gothic. Bless you. And then we also have these two new cosmetics, one for the artist, which, again, this is probably the coolest original costume that we've seen in a while. Very Diablo themed, which I'm all for. Look at this. That's so good. It's so good. It's unfair how good it is. And then this, again, really good for Unknown. Unknown's getting two cosmetics, which is awesome. It's been a while since we've seen a recent cosmetic, a recent original killer get multiple cosmetics. And then, hey, new stuff for Hattie. Finally, new Hattie skin. And this one actually just got revealed, it looks like. For the Modern Tales. Awesome. Lots of good stuff. Some stuff that I'm a little curious about. I don't know how I feel about some of the Void changes. Of course, we're going to have to wait till we see gameplay and try it out ourselves. I don't know how I feel about the being able to use killer powers. I feel like not having your power in the as a killer meant you had to strategize a lot more. You had to pay more attention. You had to listen more. For survivors, especially since survivors didn't make noise, like grunts of pain in the void, you kind of just had to listen for everything. So it does kind of suck that now you can use your killer power. It does feel kind of redundant, because now, and there's also lockers and pallets now in the void, because originally the void was sort of like a pocket dimension. Let me see if I can pull up one of my old VODs. I'm gonna pull up Cold Brew on Demand. So I should still have a VOD from back then. Yeah, I do. Okay, perfect. So the idea, yeah, this is from back when this is back from when we moved in. And let me see if I can try to pull this up. Okay. Yeah, so the idea was when you entered in the void, it's just this tiny little area where you couldn't really see anything. And let me see if I can find a spot where there's more actually happening. I want to see if there's actually like a point where come on. There's no way I didn't go into the void that much. Yeah. Okay, so see, here's the thing. The void was quite literally this tiny little pocket area where all it was, you didn't have a killer rate, you didn't have your terror radius, you didn't have your survivors didn't have any grunts of pain or anything. You just kind of had to play it in that tiny area. But now it's like the gulag. Think of it like the gulag. But the issue is now you have lockers, you have pallet saves, which I guess makes it easier for survivors to play it. Which makes it more balanced for survivors. But killers had to fight in that area too. Yeah, if killers weren't paying attention, survivors were getting in and out of there like super fucking fast. So being able to essentially not, it's now just an extension of the map and not its own little pocket thing, which I am a little hit or miss on. We'll see if it's any different. But we'll see if it's, we'll see how it is. We'll give it some time. We'll have to wait till it comes out. But I think for now, we are going to end stream here. I was planning on doing a short stream anyways, just to kind of react to everything. But I'm going to end stream because I have to be to work in like 2 hours, and I still have to eat, and I still want to get some stuff done. So, thank you for hanging out. We're going to see, is there someone we can go and raid? I don't think anyone's... I think we will go raid. Let's go raid Kara. Kara, who's playing some Final Fantasy 14 online, because she is obsessed. She's obsessed, I tell ya. We'll go throw some love her way, and then yeah, we'll be back on Friday. We'll be doing some Dead by Daylight on Friday. And then starting on Monday, it's going to be all of our spooky games. So thank you all for hanging out. Exclamation point raid in the chat if you don't know how these kind of things work. And then just copy and paste your message from the slash. So when we get to our chat, your message will look like that. Like I said, we'll be back again on Friday for Dead by Daylight. But until then, I love you little sassholes to the moon and back. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you then. Have a good night, guys.